universe, and welcome as always those new to the culture. If you like what you see, before you exit, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Today's segment, I'm dedicating it to Cane Challenge, Cane at Home Challenge number 102. They just started and this past week with class 1, and we go straight off into the power shot template. And I'm going to show you, I made a comment as to the purpose of that power shot template and how and for the purpose that it was created. And that was I created the system to deal against knife attacks. To me, it's the most dreaded attack. I hate it. So if you've been following me for a while, you've probably run into me saying this before. I studied over 250 of these attacks to come to the conclusion that we needed to do something, and this is a great tool to deal with it. But it is often misunderstood, and we get into trouble when we don't maximize the leverage of the tool with its length, and we fail to understand that it is, in essence, again, an impact tool that seeks bone. Let me explain what I mean. So, the challenge, the issue, and where we start going wrong is when we start trying to piece together specific techniques against something that is so fast and furious. I want to be clear. Knife attacks don't happen the way that you might see it in other models, right, as representations. This is what I mean. This type of an attack, an overhead strike, yeah, it can be common, with a kitchen knife. Somebody's not trained, they just instinctively go ahead and do that. But please don't miss this. It is not this big wind up, boom, I do this, I kick him, I come over here, he flips and does all that. Guys, those are representations of applications. A knife attack, unfortunately, is fast, it's furious, and a lot of times invisible. Look at this guy, right? Here's the thing. Face the camera for me for a second, Kiko. He's holding the knife, right? You don't even see it. You don't even see it. And here you come, you just and you go to turn, and this becomes the problem. Even when he's talking to you at a distance, you may still not see it. Step into the frame a little bit, stop, and he's gesturing with the other hand, and you're having a conversation with him, and there it is, and all of a sudden, all he has to do is flip and go. And they can just flip and go from there. So that's one phase. I want to make the clear distinction between two phases here. The phase that I'll be addressing first is the phase where you actually have an opportunity. There's distance between you. It's not on you. The knife is not on you, and you actually get to draw that cane. You have that cane, so you're pumping gas, and you're here, and somebody comes to talk to you right away and asks you, and you're here already. Notice, there is a significant difference. We spoke about it this week in the Came at Home chat. Being here to being here. I don't trust myself, and you shouldn't either to be fast enough to bring it up from here to here when he has already that tool is drawn. Don't count on being fast enough. So it's here. This is how we're having the conversation, or this is how we're having the conversation. But I'm up here and ready to explode and go into power shot mode. So rather than, hey, here he comes thrusting, and I'm going to do XYZ application, American Cane Self-Defense, we do away with all that. And what you're putting in there now is a strategy, principles in place, and a power shot template. A power shot template. Back off! Get away! Go! It's high, it's low, and it's coming at you. The mind frame is different. So we don't say, okay, he thrust over here, and I'm going to step at XYZ angle, and I'm going to loop and go, all right. The mind frame is, my tool is longer than yours. I'm just going to come right at you, and I'm going to change this whole mentality into where you have to worry about how to deal with me, and not the other way around. The minute this is the threat, and back off, you're going to have to, I'm going to blow you, come so they can see. Back off! If I do this and take out that shin bone, tibia, right? Impact tool, you're going to crack that. And it's never one power shot, and there it comes again, and only you can warrant. If in there he sticks his head in there, well, that's really bad, right? My intention is not to seriously injure or kill anybody, even less that, but I do have the right to protect myself. You always hear me say it, I'm not about mindlessly, nor do I teach mindlessly whacking people in the head, right? That's not the point. But I also am not going to stick around and wait until, and the longer this process continues, the more opportunity that he has to get through with an effective attack. So while I'm trying to figure things out and backing up, there's no backing up. There's no backing. This is what you're going to see. Back off, get away, and it's coming at you. And you put your hand in there, you're going to get cracked. You're going to get cracked. So I want to register in my assailant's mind in those first 3 to 5 seconds that I'm not a soft target, that he's made a mistake, and that he's probably better off getting out of here, right, than facing the 3-dimensional propeller that's coming at you and live to rob or do whatever he was going to do another day. So that's the first phase to it. It's a strategy, it's principle-based. You are being mindful of your guard zone. They're not wide shots. You're never going to see this. And economy of motion always, right? You're never going to see looping unnecessary. It goes from here, from here, from here. And we work to develop power, speed, and accuracy, PSA, with that power shot template, right? There's a structure and a way of doing that. The second phase to this is when you're ambushed and you didn't see it coming. Or you were up close, and you're exiting here, you were dealing, I don't know what you're doing, ATM, and the next thing you know, it comes here, and maybe he has this other hand here. This is different, and it's really bad. Look where the cane is. All he has to do, if he presses enough there, I may get cut. So not good. If I try to go one way, go the other. You try to whack him here. No, you're going to have to really deal with it here. And so give me 1 second. I'm going to give you the formula for that. Okay, it's in 3 phases. It's just 3 steps to it. Number 1 is you have to clear that blade. Okay, and that goes for any weapon. Number 2, you're going to anchor it. Number 3, that's when you're looking to extract and or incapacitate if the need be. So if I'm here, the only thing I can do is, man, tell me what you want.
Hey, give me your money right now.
Okay, take it. It's my wallet. Boom, there it is. And I did a 2-for-1 there. By removing the blade, right, I'm clearing it now and anchoring. Get your hand out of here. There's no getting your hand out of there. So at this stage, which I believe you're beginner, right? So I'm trying to be very gentle, so I'm going to go over here because there is a way of locking this whole thing up. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that because we're dealing at this level. We're using movements, more gross than anything, so that it works with the adrenaline response. Because if we start getting really advanced here and really technical, that requires skill. So the first thing you're doing is you've pinned this here and you've removed it, you've cleared it from your neck, from your throat. Second thing is we're going to anchor it. Now I want to point out, again, wood or aircraft grade aluminum, in the case of a Raven, when you press in there, that seeks bone. See the quick tap? So I'm really, sorry. So I'm really going to glue that on there and then step in, and there's my anchor. And the anchoring is above the elbow. That's always the answer. And his head, we're throwing off his biomechanics by bringing it lower than his head. Now, this is a key principle. When his head is lower than his waist, you've completely thrown off all biomechanics. If you want to see what that's like, is get your own head, bring it below the weight, and you try to go ahead and be effective that way. So this is where you are right now. And yes, he's going to tap because I'm locking up here and I'm pressing, again, wood. That horn is going up against his hand, and I peel that right off. That's what I'm looking to do. Now, once I do that, now I've recovered and I still have the cane. So what do you do? Do you attack him now? Do you stab him? What do you do? Well, strong verbal. Down, get away. Hopefully he turns away and runs away, and you don't have to deal with it. Because listen to me carefully. If once you do that, you proceed forward, you now have 2 tools, even if you only had 1, and you're going to be judged and tried, right, as such. If he again insisted, I am looking to incapacitate. Notice what I did first. There's a method to the madness. Bang! There it goes, wood. Bang! There it goes. Boom! There it goes. Flat tire. Broken arm. I didn't stab him. I didn't do any of that. If you even get to do that. I want to be clear again. Your best friend against a knife assault or any edge tool is distance. If he's at a This is here, and he asks you for your money, asks you for whatever. Create the distance, run, get away. Right? We know of incidents. I know here, right in Miami, Florida International University, young lady stepping into her ex-boyfriend, disgruntled boyfriend, brandishes a knife. Get inside the blankety-blank vehicle. What did she do? She got in the vehicle. Why? You're saying, oh my gosh, why would she do that? Because at that moment, when she sees the shiny object, we're not trained. And we do what that individual says. So, oh my gosh, if I don't do it, what could she have done? She could have ran, right? Let him throw it. He's not the guy at the circus that's going to pin you. Right? He's going to lose that weapon. Then you can, take your video, do whatever it is, and turn it into law enforcement at that time. By the way, if you're going to put this into practice, safety always first, instructors. I switch over to a drone, which is our padded canes. He would get padded up because drones, even though they're not going to break a bone generally, they do leave a mark. They will, you'll have big guys drop to the floor after getting hit to the knee or shin with this. And then he's padded up, and you can put this, and that's how we test it in a reality-based scenario, which is outside the topic. You find that, I reference CaneSelfDefenseUniversity.com in the Cobra Cane self-defense. I believe it's on week number 7 that we covered that. Okay, so that's it. That's how I wanted to bring this in a timely fashion so that those of you in the Cane Challenge number 102 can have already you're thinking ahead of where it is that we're going and just the practicality of having that power shot template. Speaking of practicality, those of you watching this for the first time, you say, Joe, I have a cane, I'm looking to get a cane. All this stuff makes sense to me. It resonates with me. I don't know where to start. And having a cane is not good enough. You need to be trained with it. Otherwise, you're going to lose it. You don't know how to use it, and they may use it against you, right? So do me a favor. Text 3 letters, CCC for Cane Clarity Call. You're going to text it to 305-745-7839. The ACSD team will schedule you in less than 24 hours. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk about the best way to get started, see where you are, what the goal is, and you'll have something written out that you can look at and say, oh, this is where I'm at first. This is what I'm going to do second. This is what I do. This is what's involved. You'll have an actual blueprint so that you're not leaving these things up to chance, because chance never left anything up to you. Thank you so much for watching. As always, keep caning and stay safe.